Welcome back. My name is Steve Kirby, and in this video we will be discussing how Muslims can deceive non-Muslims when taking an oath. Let's start out by looking at the significance of the phrase, Inshallah, if Allah wills. If a Muslim swears an oath and includes the phrase Inshallah as part of that oath, then that oath is not binding. Mohammad explained it this way. The Messenger of Allah said, "Whoever swears an oath and makes an exception, says Inshallah, if Allah wills, then if he wishes, he may go ahead, and if he wishes, he may not, without breaking his oath." And this phrase does not even have to be said out loud. Just silently moving one's lips to silently say this phrase makes the oath non-binding. Or, one can silently say the phrase by moving one's tongue when making the oath. And this understanding about how the phrase Inshallah can make an oath non-binding is valid today. So a Muslim can't, all appearances, take an oath, but by moving his tongue or minimally moving his lips to silently include the phrase Inshallah, the oath can at the same time be made non-binding, and those listening would never know. In our previous video, we talked about how an oath has to be sworn in the name of Allah for it to be binding on the Muslim. However, Islamic doctrine teaches that even though an oath is sworn in the name of Allah, it can be broken if something better comes along. By Allah, if I take an oath to do something and then later find something else better than it, I do that which is better and make expiation, atonement, for the oath. Breaking an oath if something better comes along is also mentioned in a modern popular book, the Minhaj al-Muslim. It is recommended for the Muslim who swears to leave off a matter from the matters of good to do what he swore to leave off and make an expiation for his oath. Both Mohammad and our modern popular Muslim books say that expiation must be made for breaking one's oath. What is the required expiation? According to Quran 589 and Islamic sacred law, the expiation for a broken oath consists of just doing one of the following. Free a sound Muslim slave. Feed 10 people who are short of money. Provide clothing of any kind for 10 such persons. And if one is unable to do any of the above, one must fast for 3 days. These don't necessarily have to be 3 consecutive days, and fasting occurs only during the daytime. As we can see, the expiation for breaking an oath under Islam is not particularly burdensome, especially if one chooses to fast. And the Muslim can also break an oath if it causes a hardship on that Muslim. Here is a 2012 ruling from the Assembly of Muslim Jurists of America. Breaking the oath is allowable if adherence to it causes you hardship. The expiation is feeding or clothing 10 poor individuals. For those who can't, they may fast 3 days. So a Muslim can break an oath made in the name of Allah if something better comes along, or if it causes that Muslim a hardship. And the expiation for breaking that oath could be as simple as fasting during the daytime for 3 days, and no one would ever know that the Muslim had broken that oath. Islam also teaches that an oath can have various meanings. Muhammad said that the oath maker and the one listening to that oath can each provide their own interpretation of the oath. Such an approach undermines the idea that there is a bond of common understanding between those who are making that oath and those who are witnessing it. But it is the intention of the oath maker that counts. The modern Minhaj al-Muslim provided this example under the heading, "The oath is based upon the intention of the one who swore to it." The consideration in swearing and not swearing is based upon the intention of the one who is swearing the oath, as actions are based upon intentions, and every person will get what he intended. So whoever swears that he will not sleep on the ground, and he means the bed, then his oath is considered based upon his intent. Therefore, he has not broken his oath as long as he does not sleep on the bed. In this example, someone would be hearing a Muslim verbally swear an oath specifying one subject, while that Muslim was silently directing that oath toward a completely different subject. In terms of a Muslim taking an oath of citizenship in a non-Muslim country, there is an important stipulation mentioned in a ruling by the Assembly of Muslim Jurists of America. There is no harm in citizenship if it is taken as a means of organizing the affairs of the residents outside the lands of Islam and establishing dawah and founding their institutions. This is so long as the citizenship's possessor, keeps his loyalty to his creed and nation that is, Islam and the Muslims. Establishing dawah means to spread the word of Islam among non-Muslims. So according to the Assembly of Muslim Jurists of America, Muslims are allowed to obtain citizenship in a non-Muslim country for purposes of spreading Islam, as long as they remain loyal to Islam and the Muslims. If this is a stipulation for taking an oath of citizenship, it is probably an applicable stipulation when it comes to a Muslim taking an oath of office in the United States. So according to Islamic doctrine, a Muslim can invalidate an oath if something better comes along or it causes a hardship, or by silently saying Inshallah as part of that oath. The Muslim can also intend something in that oath completely different from what he is heard saying, and he must remain loyal to Islam and the Muslims. All of this can be done without the listener realizing it is happening. In the next video, we will look at the significance of Muslims taking oaths at the state and local levels, and then at the myth and reality of Muslims taking an oath on the Quran. I encourage you to post this video series on social media and tell your friends in conservative groups about these videos. Thank you, and I look forward to being with you again soon.